So the long anticipated YSL trial is fully over. And Yak Gotti and Stillwell, they are coming home. You guys heard that? Let me get a like button and drop a hefty comment because these guys are coming home. The judge and the jury, they did their job on this one. Now I know Young Thug, he's pissed off right now because he took that significant plea just so he can get home, and these guys took everything straight to the door, and they'll be coming home. You can see in Yak Gotti's face and in Brandon Stillwell that they were extra happy because this judge, when she came on this trial, she did her thing. She put her foot on these guys' neck. I'm talking about the prosecution. She put her foot on those guys' necks. And look at this verdict. I mean, I'm going to leave y'all with some of these clips from the courtroom. Once that verdict was read, I mean, you could feel shockwaves through this court when that verdict was read. And that was at a great.
We have a verdict. We have two verdicts. And I do not want there to be any kind of disruption or disturbance in court, regardless of what this verdict is. So, can we get the jury out, please? All right, thank you very much. All right, ladies and gentlemen, I understand that you all have reached a verdict. Mr. Foreperson, is that correct? All right, and was it unanimous? All right, and this verdict has been filled in and signed and dated by you, correct? Oh, for each defendant. All right, and I noticed that Mr. Kendrick's verdict form is dated December 2nd. Is that because that's when you all reached the verdict with regard to him? Okay. And then Mr. Stillwell's is dated today. Okay. All right, Mr. Kendrick. You have been found not guilty on all charges. Mr. Stillwell, can you please stand? You have been found guilty on count 64, possession of a firearm by a convicted felon, and not guilty on every other charge. So, ladies and gentlemen of the jury, you are officially released from further service.
Now we're about to get into some of the reaction from Stillwell attorney and also Yak Gotti attorney. These guys right here, they absolutely deserve their paycheck because these guys are finally coming home.
You know, Deamonte and I I want to say we were surprised because given that the jury had clearly been looking at all the evidence, we thought that this was the only outcome they could really come to. But nevertheless, we're thrilled. He's looking forward to getting out, getting back to his music, getting back to his family. All the supporters he's had, all the prayers, all the love. It's been wonderful. And I didn't say this earlier to everybody else, but I have got to thank Judge Whitaker. The entire case changed when she took over. We got a fair trial. And anyway, it's just a wonderful experience.
I'm happy and excited for his grandmother, who I was able to hug, and I'm happy for his kids, and I'm just very hopeful that this is a turning point and there's great things coming in the future.
Max, is this a fair and just verdict, do you think?
Absolutely. Absolutely. The jurors, we asked so much of the jurors, and they really scrutinized the evidence, and they demanded real evidence, and it wasn't there. And so we are thankful for the jurors, and it's just a great day.
Did you have a chance to talk to the jurors?
I did, and I'm not going to comment on the discussions with the jurors, but I will just say I think the fact that they deliberated for 4 days, and also that just the amount of time that they put in, they certainly scrutinized everything, and they did their jobs as jurors, and we are appreciative of that and so thankful.
Can you reiterate again what he was only found guilty on one charge and what that means for the future, him getting released, all that stuff?
So he was found guilty of possession of a firearm on March 17th, not the day of any any other crimes. It was the day that he was arrested.
Okay.
And there was a gun that was registered to his girlfriend that was found near the scene of where he was arrested, and that's what he was convicted of. Judge Whitaker, we are so thankful to her for having an open mind. A lot of times when you take a case to trial, you just get the maximum sentence for daring to take on the state. Judge Whitaker did not see it that way. She gave Mr. Stillwell a time-served sentence for the time that he has served, followed by probation. Mr. Stillwell has a couple, or I think one other criminal matter that needs to be resolved. I am hopeful and optimistic. It's nothing like this case. It's a case that was picked up while incarcerated, and we're hopeful that there will be a quick resolution of that case, and Mr. Stillwell will be able to get back to his life and his children and his family.
So after all the courtroom antics, the courtroom drama, the pills being passed around that courtroom, everything that happened in this trial, these guys are coming home. So Woody, I don't know what's gonna happen, but you might need to hightail it up out of Georgia, because these guys are coming home and they're not gonna forget what you did. Now I need you guys to drop it in the comment section and let me know, what do you think? And do you believe that if Young Thug stick it out to the end, do you believe that he would be found not guilty on the charges as well? And do you think Young Thug was a fool for taking that plea deal? Now I gotta leave y'all guys with this song called Hopeful